Hey everyone, it's Chica. Today I'm going to show you how I remove extra pieces from a Precious Moments figurine when I create my altered moments. In case you haven't been following along, I've been taking Precious Moments figurines and turning them into something new and fun. For example, I turned this lady here into this figurine, which is a fun nod towards Friends and Monica's turkey head. As I create my altered moments, sometimes little pieces have to go. For example, when I created my Willy Wonka figurine, the little dog didn't really match, so I had to just knock him off with a chisel. And if you saw my Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce figurine, you know I made some pretty big changes there, removing the wagon from the base, removing him from the base, and then adding them back together. So many of you have asked how I remove these pieces, and I actually have 3 different ways. I thought it would be fun to walk you through the 3 different methods I use to remove extra pieces and accessories that I don't want on my Precious Moments figurine when I alter it into a new character. Before we even get started about talking about the methods for removing, let's talk about the 2 different types of attachments that we might be dealing with. The first is a cast piece. If you look at this figure here, this ponytail on top, there are no lines here separating it. This is completely cast as part of the head. This is all one piece. If you try to snap this off or remove this like with pressure or force, it's probably going to crack the head. Now let's compare that to this piece. This is a broken piece already. You can see some damage on here, but you see all these little dogs? If you look here at that line there, there's a definite separation there. It's almost like you could slip a hair or a piece of paper between those lines. These are all separate pieces. This little dog was cast on its own and then glued onto this piece. Same for this one. So if your piece has this little separation line, then that gives you some different options on how you can remove it. It's actually a lot easier. Okay, so let's talk about removing these first. The separated glued on pieces. So to separate one of these that's an actual separate piece that's been glued on, I use a chisel. You could also use a flathead screwdriver, but I like the chisel because it comes to this really nice fine point here. It's a little easier for me. A chisel and a hammer. And we're just going to use a little force and we're going to get this thing off of here. So the first thing I'm going to do is prop it up really nicely on a towel so that it's well supported. Okay, and then I'm going to just slip this right in there, right in that little crack. Okay, I'm going to hold that and I'm just going to tap it a couple of times. Let's see if I can do this so you can see what I'm doing. We're just going to tap it here on the end. Look at that. As easy as that, this little guy just came off. I'm going to add him to my little puppy collection. I'm saving up all of my little dogs. Here's another example we're going to do and show how easy it is to chisel off a piece that has that nice separator line. So we're going to set her here on this towel so she's nice and supported. I'm going to put this right in there. We want to apply the force just down in that little thing. And I'm just going to tap here with the hammer. Look at that. See how easy that was? And the whole bow just came off just like that. That whole little bow that was there came right off. So that is our easiest technique for getting pieces off that have been glued on, cast separately and glued on. The 2 remaining methods are going to be for those cast pieces. So first, let's talk about the simplest, which is grinding. I have a rotary tool, a Dremel, a Ryobi, any sort of rotary tool that you want. And I use this little thing right here. This is just a really hard stone. Hear that scratch? It's got this nice rounded edge on here. It lets me really get in and kind of smooth things out. This will work really well for small little bumps that you might want to remove. Maybe you just want to get that little lock of hair off, or maybe just this little paw, just, you know, a little bump, just a little something that you want to get off of there. I'm gonna do it here on her hair here, just so I can show you. So that's when I'm going to use this grinding tool here. So we're going to use this to just gently sort of sand away that little thing. And I'll show you how that works. I only did a little bit because I just want to show you how that works. So that does remove the entire surface, the paint of course also, but this is kind of like power sanding. This is really good if you just need to get that little smooth surface off. So this is sort of a weird example, but I'll show you one that I'm working on over here. Actually, this little boy here, he had a little cowlick on top that I sanded down in this manner, and all of this hair that used to look like this. He had these tendrils of hair, and now he's smooth, and I'm trying to make him bald for a thing that I'm working on. So you'll see how this works here. I just keep on sanding and I can get all those grooves down. All right, so that is another method that you can use there to get rid of little small bits that you just need it to be smooth. And then if it's not perfectly smooth, you know, a little bit of sandpaper actually might help with some of those smooth edges when you're done, just to kind of, you know, it's not going to take away a lot of it, but it will make sure that you get that nice smooth surface. And you couldn't see because of the way that I had the camera pointed down, but whenever I'm doing anything grinding, safety goggles for sure. And if you're really dealing with this porcelain dust, a filtering mask is nice too. So definitely you want to protect yourself and not breathe in all of that dust. Okay, so be safe. The last way of removing, this is again for pieces that are cast on, and this works for big pieces like this where you really just need to cut it off, and trying to grind it down or sand it smooth is going to take forever. I've got this diamond wheel here on my rotary tool. If you tried to chisel this, odds are you would probably crack her head and break this, and that's probably not what you want. So I've got my rotary tool here. This happens to be a Ryobi brand. I really like this, but a Dremel, same kind of thing, right? And I've got on here a diamond cutting wheel. So this is pretty expensive, but it's worth it because it's got that really nice abrasive edge that'll really just dig into this stuff. So what we're going to do, we're going to very carefully, very gently put this, when I turn it on, we're going to put this right on here, and we're just going to cut away those bits. And that's what we can do if we want to remove big pieces. So this is going to get a little loud, but I'm going to turn this on. I've got my safety goggles on in case any chips fly up. And let's see what we can do here. Okay, I stopped because I wanted to show you how it's gone so far. You can see there, it's already, can you see that? There, put my hand, see that? We're already cutting right in, and that just took a few seconds, and it's going nicely. So I'm going to keep on going and get this off of here. Maybe flip it around this way. I think it might be a little bit easier. There we go. That did not take too long, and I managed to cut that off. Now, there is a hole in here because this was a cast piece, and this porcelain is only so thick. So this is the kind of thing you're going to have to fill with some clay and stuff. But it's worth it because you got this knob off of here, and now you have this smooth head for whatever it is that you want to do with this. Okay, that was it. That was the 3 ways that I remove pieces. So go ahead and give that a try. And remember, don't be too nervous about trying this. If you're worried about, you know what, I've got extra pieces all over the place, broken pieces that I'm constantly playing with whenever I want to experiment. I save all broken pieces, whether I'm going to use them on another figure or just for practice, because it's really good to practice your techniques and learn before you go on your real one that you're going to do for real. So give it a shot. Don't be afraid. And remember, this is all in good fun. So let's get out there and be creative. Thanks so much for watching. I hope these tips helped you to create your own altered moments. And please remember to give this video a like and subscribe to us if you're not already. And if you'd like to join our Altered Moments community, we have so many artists that have gathered together in our Facebook group. So please go give it a join. I'll put a link below, and you will see so much inspiration and ideas and help from all the other fellow creators. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned. I've got more Altered Moments coming any day now.